5 itchy spots on the body that may reveal serious health problems and shorten lifespan. After 60, have you ever had an itch on your body that just wouldn't go away? It's the kind of itch that nags at you, making you scratch, sometimes without even realizing how much time has passed. Now picture this. What if that itch, seemingly insignificant, was your body's way of sending a message? What if that innocent little itch was trying to warn you about something much more serious happening inside? I know it sounds strange, doesn't it? But here's the truth. Your body is constantly trying to communicate with you. And as we get older, our bodies don't always send those messages in ways we expect. We're all familiar with the common symptoms: aches, pains, and the occasional itch. But sometimes, those simple signs can be more than just a nuisance. They could be an indication of something deeper, something that could affect your health and even shorten your lifespan if left unchecked. As we age, our skin goes through changes, our circulation slows down, and our organs begin to show signs of wear and tear. These changes can lead to a variety of symptoms, including that persistent itch. What many don't realize, though, is that these itches, especially after the age of 60, can be signals from our body alerting us to potentially serious conditions. The itch you feel on your hand, your neck, your feet, or even your back might not just be from dry skin or a mosquito bite. It could be linked to something far more concerning. Now, I'm not saying every itch you experience should send you into a panic, but as you age, it's important to tune in and listen carefully to what your body is trying to tell you. Many people brush off these symptoms thinking they're just part of getting older. But the reality is, ignoring these subtle signs could mean missing out on early detection of serious health problems. Problems that, if addressed early, could be managed or even prevented. Over the years, I've seen countless individuals overlook something as simple as an itchy spot on their body, only to discover later that it was a symptom of a much larger issue. Whether it's something related to your skin, your circulation, or even internal organs, these itches can be clues, and the sooner you recognize them, the better equipped you'll be to protect your health and enjoy your later years to the fullest. So, today, I want to take you through 5 specific areas of your body where itching could be trying to tell you something important. We're going to talk about the itch spots that are often overlooked, but may reveal serious health concerns that could shorten your lifespan if left unchecked. And no, we're not just talking about an occasional itch that comes and goes. I'm talking about those persistent, nagging itches that linger, that seem to pop up at the most inconvenient times and make you wonder if there's something more to them. We're going to cover the neck, the hands, the feet, the belly, and the back. 5 common areas that, when they itch persistently, might be signaling you to pay attention. Each of these spots can reveal a different set of health risks, and understanding them is the key to taking charge of your health. We'll dive into what these itches might really mean, what health conditions they could be linked to, and most importantly, how you can take action. As we journey through this, remember, your body is like an old friend. It knows you well, and it speaks to you in ways that may not always be obvious. Your job is to pay attention, to be aware, and to take action when needed. Because by understanding the signs and seeking help early, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding quality to those years. So let's get started. Let's learn to listen to our bodies, understand the itches, and take the right steps to safeguard our health, because the last thing any of us wants is to look back and wish we had acted sooner. Your body is speaking. Let's make sure we're listening. Part 1. The nape of the neck. When the itch won't quit. If you've ever felt that persistent itch right at the base of your neck, where the skull meets the spine, you know how annoying it can be. It's one of those spots that's tough to reach, and the more you scratch, the more it seems to keep coming back. While it may seem like an innocent nuisance at first, it's worth paying attention to. That itch on the nape of your neck might be more than just a little irritation. It could be signaling something much deeper going on in your body, especially as you age. When we talk about the nape of the neck, we're addressing an area that is closely linked to some critical parts of your body's functioning. The neck is home to vital arteries and nerves that support the brain, and it's directly connected to the spine, which houses the central nervous system. If you've been noticing an itch that refuses to go away, it might be linked to circulation issues or even nerve compression. It's not just dry skin that could be to blame. One of the common culprits in this area is poor circulation. As we get older, our blood vessels can become less efficient at transporting blood throughout the body. This could lead to a variety of symptoms, including that persistent itch on the back of the neck. When blood doesn't flow properly, it can cause a buildup of pressure and a reduction in oxygen and nutrient supply to the tissues, which often presents itself as itching. High blood pressure can also be a contributing factor, and many people experience this symptom without realizing it's related to a larger cardiovascular issue. Additionally, nerve compression from conditions like cervical spondylosis, a form of arthritis affecting the spine, can cause itching. This occurs when the nerves in the neck become pinched or irritated. The spinal cord, which runs through the neck, is responsible for transmitting nerve signals to the rest of your body. When something presses on the nerves in this area, whether it's from wear and tear or from a misalignment of the vertebrae, it can cause a range of unusual sensations, including that bothersome, persistent itch. I remember one particular patient, a woman in her late 60s, who came to me with a constant itch at the nape of her neck. She'd been scratching it for weeks, thinking it was just some kind of allergic reaction. Turns out it was linked to high blood pressure and a slight nerve impingement in her neck. By getting it checked out early, she was able to manage her blood pressure and avoid more severe cardiovascular problems down the road. Had she ignored the itch, she might not have realized the underlying health issue in time. So if you've been experiencing this persistent itching at the back of your neck, don't just brush it off. It's important to take notice, get your blood pressure checked, and consider seeing a specialist to look into any spinal issues that might be affecting your circulation or nerve function. It's a small step to take, but it could prevent much more serious conditions from developing in the future. Part 2. The hands. The telltale itch of neurological conditions. Now, let's talk about your hands. We use them every day for so many tasks: writing, cooking, cleaning, driving, even just holding the hands of our loved ones. So when you start to feel an itch that won't go away on your palms or the backs of your hands, it can be easy to ignore, dismissing it as just dry skin or something as simple as a bug bite. But this common itch, especially as you age, can sometimes be a sign of something far more serious than just a fleeting irritation. Itching in the hands is often linked to neurological conditions, and it's one of the most common yet overlooked symptoms in older adults. The nerves in our hands, just like in other parts of the body, are susceptible to wear and tear over time. Peripheral neuropathy, for instance, is a condition that affects the peripheral nerves, the ones that send information between your brain, spinal cord, and the rest of your body. It's often associated with diabetes and other metabolic disorders, conditions that become increasingly common after the age of 60. When you have neuropathy, the nerves in your hands can become damaged, leading to abnormal sensations such as tingling, burning, and yes, itching. What makes it tricky is that the itch doesn't always feel like the typical kind you'd experience from a rash or allergic reaction. Instead, it can feel more like a deep, almost electric sensation in your skin, as though something's crawling under it. This is a red flag that your nervous system might not be functioning as well as it should, and it's often a sign that you need to pay closer attention to your overall health. Another potential cause of an itchy hand could be early stages of Parkinson's disease. This condition is a progressive neurological disorder that affects movement and can sometimes cause a variety of skin issues, including itching. People with Parkinson's often experience changes in their skin sensitivity due to the damage done to the brain's dopamine-producing cells. If you're also noticing other symptoms, such as tremors, muscle stiffness, or difficulty walking, it's worth discussing these hand itches with your doctor. I remember a man in his early 70s who came to me complaining of frequent, uncomfortable itching on his hands. He had been dealing with it for months, thinking it was due to dry skin from the winter weather. But upon further questioning, we learned that he was also experiencing subtle numbness in his fingers and a slight difficulty with his balance. It turned out that he had early-stage peripheral neuropathy caused by uncontrolled diabetes. He hadn't even realized the connection between his itchy hands and the diabetes. With proper management of his blood sugar levels, his symptoms improved significantly. So, if you're experiencing persistent itching in your hands, don't just write it off. It could be a sign of neuropathy or even a neurological disorder. Getting a proper diagnosis and treatment plan could not only help ease the itching but also improve your overall quality of life by managing any underlying conditions. Early detection is key, especially when it comes to conditions that affect your nerves and your ability to move. Part 3. The feet. A sign of circulation, trouble, or more. Now, let's talk about something we often take for granted: our feet. We use them all day, every day. They carry us through life, helping us walk, run, stand, and move from place to place. But when you start to feel a persistent itch or discomfort in your feet, particularly in the soles or the tops of your feet, it might be time to pay closer attention. While some itching in your feet can be a result of dry skin or a minor irritant, ongoing or severe itching could signal a much more serious health issue, particularly after the age of 60. One of the primary causes of persistent itching in the feet, especially as we age, is poor circulation. As we get older, our circulation can weaken, meaning that blood doesn't flow as efficiently to our extremities. Our feet, being the furthest point from our hearts, are usually the first to show signs of this reduced blood flow. When blood circulation is impaired, it can lead to tingling, numbness, or itching in the feet, often accompanied by swelling or a feeling of heaviness. Peripheral artery disease, PAD, is one of the most common circulatory issues that affect older adults. PAD occurs when the arteries that carry blood to the limbs become narrowed or blocked, which decreases the blood flow to the feet. The reduced circulation not only causes an itchy feeling, but can also make the skin on your feet appear pale or cool to the touch. In severe cases, untreated PAD can lead to serious complications, including ulcers, infections, or even the loss of a limb. The sooner you address PAD, the better your chances of preventing irreversible damage. Diabetes is another major culprit when it comes to itchy feet. As many people with diabetes know, the condition can lead to poor circulation and nerve damage, a combination that often manifests as itching. If your blood sugar isn't well controlled, it can also lead to a condition called diabetic neuropathy, where the nerves in the feet become damaged and cause sensations like itching, tingling, or burning. Sometimes, the itching can be so intense that it feels almost unbearable. But it's important to remember that it's not just skin deep. This could be your body telling you there's an underlying health issue that needs to be addressed. A woman in her late 60s once came to see me with an itchy sensation in her feet that had been bothering her for several months. She also noticed that her feet felt cold and swollen by the end of the day. After conducting a thorough examination, we discovered that her feet were suffering from poor circulation, and her blood sugar levels were higher than normal. We got her on a treatment plan that included better diabetes management as well as strategies to improve circulation. Over time, her itching diminished, and her overall quality of life improved. If she had waited too long to address it, she could have faced far more severe consequences down the road. So, if you've been experiencing an itch on your feet that doesn't seem to go away, it's time to consider the possibility of poor circulation, PAD, or even diabetes. It's essential to get your blood flow and blood sugar checked. If caught early, you can take steps to manage these conditions, improving your overall health and preventing further complications. Part 4. The belly area, a clue to liver or digestive issues. Let's move to another spot on the body that you might not immediately associate with itching: your belly. We're all familiar with the occasional itch on the abdomen, whether it's from a minor irritation, a rash, or even the stretch marks of age. But when the itching in your belly area becomes chronic or more intense, it could be a sign of something more serious, something that requires your attention, especially as you enter your 60s and beyond. An itchy belly can sometimes point to issues with your liver or gallbladder. The liver is responsible for filtering out toxins from your body, and when it's not functioning properly, those toxins can build up in your bloodstream, leading to a condition known as cholestasis, which is a reduction or stoppage of bile flow from the liver. This buildup of bile can cause your skin to itch, particularly around the abdomen. The itch in these cases can be deep, persistent, and frustrating, often feeling worse at night. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD, is one of the leading liver conditions in older adults. As we age, fatty deposits can accumulate in the liver, causing inflammation and eventually leading to liver damage. One of the most common symptoms of NAFLD is persistent itching, especially in the abdominal area. While it might not be the most obvious sign of liver disease, it's one that can easily be overlooked or attributed to something as benign as dry skin or seasonal allergies. In addition to liver issues, digestive problems can also cause itching in the belly area. Conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, or gastrointestinal reflux disease, GERD, may lead to discomfort and itching, particularly when they affect the digestive tract. When your digestive system isn't functioning properly, it can create a cascade of symptoms, and one of them might be that annoying belly itch. It's also possible for certain food sensitivities or intolerances to trigger reactions that cause skin irritation, particularly around the stomach. A man in his late 70s came to me with complaints of itchy skin around his abdomen. He had no visible rashes, but the sensation was persistent, especially after eating. He thought it might have been related to indigestion or a minor stomach upset. After some tests, we found that he had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and the itching was one of the early signs of liver stress. Thankfully, with lifestyle changes, including a healthier diet and improved liver function management, his symptoms improved and the itching subsided. Had he ignored the symptoms, the liver damage could have progressed to a much more serious level. If you're experiencing persistent itching in your belly area, it's important to get your liver and digestive health checked out. Liver function tests and other diagnostic procedures can help identify potential problems early. The sooner you address it, the better chance you have of managing these conditions and preventing more serious health complications from developing down the road. Part 5. The back, an itch that could signal kidney or skin concerns. Now, let's turn to one of the most common yet often overlooked spots, your back. We don't always pay much attention to our backs unless something really goes wrong. We might experience an occasional itch or discomfort here and there, especially in the middle or lower back, but when the itch becomes persistent, it can point to a few important health issues. While back itches are often brushed off as nothing more than dry skin or a reaction to clothing, they can also be signs of more serious problems, particularly as we age. One of the first concerns that can arise when you experience persistent itching on your back is kidney disease. As we grow older, our kidneys can become less efficient at filtering out toxins and waste from the blood. When kidney function begins to decline, waste products can accumulate in the bloodstream, leading to a condition known as uremic pruritus, which is essentially severe itching caused by the buildup of waste products in the body. The back, being a large surface area, is one of the common places where this itch can manifest. It's often accompanied by other symptoms such as fatigue, swelling in the ankles, and changes in urine output. Another potential cause of persistent back itching could be skin conditions such as eczema, psoriasis, or contact dermatitis. As our skin ages, it becomes thinner and more prone to irritation. If you're prone to these conditions, you may find that the skin on your back itches more than usual. Psoriasis, for example, can cause scaly, dry patches that often appear on the back and can become very itchy, especially during flare-ups. Similarly, eczema, an inflammatory skin condition, can make the skin on your back feel like it's on fire, leading to intense itching. A woman I know, in her early 70s, came to me with an incessant itch along her lower back. She had noticed it for months, but had attributed it to seasonal dryness or perhaps the fabric of her clothing. After taking a closer look and considering her other symptoms, fatigue, occasional swelling in her legs, and a noticeable change in her urine color, it became clear that her kidneys were not functioning as well as they should be. We ran some tests, and it turned out that she had early-stage kidney disease. Thankfully, we caught it early, and with treatment, she was able to manage her condition, which greatly reduced the itching and prevented further complications. So, if you're experiencing persistent itching on your back, it's crucial not to ignore it. It could very well be a signal of kidney issues or an underlying skin condition. It's important to get checked out by a healthcare provider, particularly if the itch is accompanied by other symptoms like changes in urine, swelling, or unusual skin patches. By identifying the cause early, you can take the necessary steps to protect your health and prevent any further complications. Conclusion: listening to your body and taking action. As we reach our 60s and beyond, our bodies inevitably go through a series of changes. While some of these changes are natural and expected, others can be signs of more serious health issues that, if left unaddressed, could potentially shorten our lifespan and reduce the quality of our later years. The itching we often experience, whether on our neck, hands, feet, belly, or back, can seem like nothing more than a mild annoyance. But, as we've explored today, it can sometimes be a clue, an important signal that something more serious is brewing inside. The key here is awareness. Our bodies don't always communicate in ways we expect or understand, but they are constantly trying to tell us something. If you've been dealing with persistent itching in any of the areas we've discussed, it's time to listen closely. It could be your body's way of telling you that your circulation is off, that your liver or kidneys need attention, or that there are nerve issues that need to be addressed. Ignoring these signs could lead to more severe health problems in the future, but catching them early can give you the upper hand. This doesn't mean that every itch should send you into a panic. After all, some itching is indeed just part of the natural aging process. But if you notice that your itching is persistent, intense, or accompanied by other troubling symptoms, it's worth having it checked out. A simple visit to the doctor, a few tests, and some lifestyle adjustments could be all it takes to avoid more serious complications down the road. In the end, it's all about taking control of your health, understanding your body's signals, and being proactive. By paying attention to even the smallest of symptoms, like an annoying itch, you're taking the first step toward living a healthier, longer life. Don't wait for your body's messages to become louder or more serious. Listen to them now and take action. After all, your health is your most precious asset, and by caring for it with wisdom and vigilance, you can enjoy your golden years with vitality, confidence, and peace of mind. So, next time you feel that itch, take a moment to ask yourself, what could my body be trying to tell me? And remember, by staying informed and proactive, you can make choices today that will help you live better tomorrow. Your body is speaking. Make sure you're listening.